Okay, Jayden, I've had a look at your draft. Couple of things. Um, just check. I think titles of news articles, they usually use present tense. So, and you've said Arsene Wenger has left big shoes. Just have a look. I think it should be leaves big shoes to fill. I'm also not sure if the big shoes to fill suits this style of article, given that you have chosen to write it for the Independent. But you've got your byline and your kicker. That's pretty good. Cut out things like introduction. Now, in yellow, his summer will finally come to an end of 20 years in charge of Arsenal, leaving one of the biggest jobs in English football, widely available, and plenty of willing candidates ready to fill his shoes. I'm just not sure that his summer will finally come to an end is working here. You've got to really look at your research articles and look at the style. You've got it in some places, but it's not working all the way through. No stranger to controversy in the Frenchman's latter years. Grammar is not working here. You need to work out what it is that you're saying. Fans often opted for the club to move him on due to the lack of trophies in the past couple of seasons. So your tenses are all over the place. So you need to read this out loud to yourself and you need to sort it out. Now, what do you mean a huge hole and eager ears? Just come up with some better metaphors for the fact that this is newsworthy. And you've also been repetitive, manager, end of season, etc. Again, we've got repetition, player who played under, and stop repeating Arsene, just say Wenger, or find another way to describe him, the Frenchman, etc. Because you've repeated Wenger all the way through. And this sentence has no punctuation, so read it out loud and sort it out. Seaman expresses his feelings as such. Again, look at the way journalists actually put in their direct speech. They usually say, when questioned, Seaman expressed his his misgivings, etc. The veteran's void leaves a range of managerial candidates. But you need to have a little bit of chattiness. So something like, so who's in the running for the top spot? And then you start your rundown. Bit of repetition going on. After Wenger's announcement and state that nothing is ever set in stone until he has put pen to paper. Just all a bit wordy. But following, this is just a bit confusing. Jurgen Klopp, Tuchel came second in his first year at Borussia Dortmund by 18 points, but following Bayern Munich behind by 10 points. You've just got to make it really clear what you're saying. However, in a second and third, he finished a close third, particularly been praised for his attacking-minded style of football. That doesn't work. You've got to find a different way of saying that. His attack-minded, his attack style, you decide. You're the expert. Now, currently according doesn't work, so we just say according to news reports, blah, blah. Now here, I think, just check your other articles, but I think we should be abbreviating didn't rather than did not. And receiving inaugural name of, you've got to work this out. This is where they got that this is when they were dubbed the Invincibles. Now here, when you talk about Vieira's scouting abilities, what kind of scouting abilities? Are they keen scouting abilities? Are they expert scouting? You need to have a little bit of evaluation going on because you are the expert here. Few little things here. Reserve team manager. You need to double check whether that needs capital letters. Suddenly you've switched here to you take it. That doesn't work. Articles don't say that. So you need to rephrase this. And again, you repeated Arsene Wenger has further hinted at the fact that Vieira could. Now, again, you're a news journalist, so I don't want to hear this generalized as further hinted. I want to know when and where he said it, and then put it into direct quotes and quote what he says. Thierry Henry. Now, the likes of is plural. So you need to change this. And when he changed Henry's mind about where he thought his best position was, you need to reword that so that it sounds a bit more accessible and makes a bit more sense. So in general, Jayden, you're actually on the right lines. You've got the most of the style right, but you've just got to relook at some of these small areas. A little bit of grammar, a little bit of reading out loud would have helped you to spot these for yourself. Okay?